The hidden battle. How wildlife survives in a human world. A changing world. Every day, the wild corners of our planet are vanishing. Cities grow taller, roads stretch farther, and forests are cleared to make room for farms, factories, and homes. For us, this often feels like progress. But for the animals that once roamed these lands freely, it's a silent crisis. Yet surprisingly, many of them aren't just retreating, they're adapting. In ways we never expected, wildlife is learning to live among us. From bustling cities to sprawling farms, animals are finding new ways to survive. In this video, we'll uncover the hidden battle they're fighting, how wildlife is surviving, adapting, and even thriving in a world built for humans. Urban jungle. When cities become habitat. At first glance, cities seem like the last place you'd expect to find wild animals. They're noisy, polluted, and crowded. But some animals have discovered that cities offer unexpected opportunities. Think of the peregrine falcon, once on the brink of extinction, now thriving in skyscrapers, using tall buildings as cliffs and feeding on city pigeons. In Tokyo, tanuki, a raccoon dog species, quietly make their homes in urban parks. In Chicago, coyotes roam freely at night, navigating alleyways and highways with a startling understanding of traffic patterns. These creatures have adapted their schedules, diets, and even social behavior to fit city life. Many are more active at night to avoid humans. They learn fast, memorizing where food is, which neighborhoods are safer, and how to avoid danger. This level of adaptation shows us just how intelligent and flexible some species can be when faced with the pressures of urbanization. But it's not without risks. Cities also pose threats. Fast-moving traffic, poison and food waste, glass windows, and territorial conflicts. Even so, urban wildlife proves that nature doesn't always retreat, it adapts. Farming and wildlife, a delicate balance. The expansion of agriculture is one of the biggest drivers of habitat loss. But wildlife doesn't just disappear when farms take over. They adapt and often they clash. In Africa, elephants sometimes travel miles to raid cornfields, not knowing they're crossing into human territory. In South America, jaguars occasionally prey on cattle, leading farmers to hunt them in retaliation. And in Australia, kangaroos can be seen hopping through wheat fields, sometimes considered pests by local farmers. These conflicts aren't because animals are aggressive, they're desperate. Their natural food sources are gone. Their migration paths are blocked. Farms offer easy calories, but entering them puts their lives at risk. Some solutions, though, are promising. In parts of India, farmers plant buffer crops, plants that elephants don't like, along field edges to keep them away. In South Africa, guard dogs protect livestock from predators, reducing the need to kill wildlife. These practices show that peaceful coexistence is possible when humans work with nature, not against it. The problem of habitat fragmentation. One of the most serious but invisible threats to wildlife is fragmentation. When forests are cut down or roads are built, animal habitats are broken into isolated patches. Even if parts of the forest remain, they're often too small or too far apart for animals to move freely. Imagine being a tiger in a reserve surrounded by highways, or a monkey cut off from its troop by a housing colony. These animals can't find mates, food, or safe paths. Many end up dead on roads or too isolated to survive. But we've also seen powerful solutions. Wildlife overpasses, like the one in Banff National Park in Canada, allow bears, elk, and cougars to safely cross highways. Underpasses in India help elephants pass under roads. These corridors may seem simple, but they're lifesavers, reconnecting fractured ecosystems and reducing animal deaths. Pollution, a hidden danger. Pollution doesn't just affect humans, it silently destroys animal lives too. From oceans to forests, no environment is truly safe. Plastic pollution is especially devastating. Sea turtles mistake plastic bags for jellyfish. Birds feed plastic to their chicks by mistake. Even microplastics are showing up in fish and whales, disrupting their internal systems. Then there's noise pollution. In cities and even rural areas near highways, animals like owls and bats struggle to locate prey because of constant background noise. Whales and dolphins, who rely on sonar to communicate, become disoriented or even stranded due to ship engines and sonar interference. Light pollution is another overlooked threat. Bright city lights disorient birds during migration, causing them to crash into buildings. Hatchling turtles in coastal areas often head toward artificial lights instead of the moonlit sea. Many don't survive. These issues don't always make headlines, but they're real. And they remind us that survival in a human world isn't just about finding food or space. It's about enduring the side effects of modern life. Wildlife intelligence, nature's silent genius. Adaptation isn't just luck, it's intelligence. Many animals have demonstrated astonishing problem-solving abilities in response to human challenges. Crows, for instance, can recognize human faces, use tools, and even drop nuts on roads for cars to crack open. Octopuses in polluted harbors use glass bottles and cans as makeshift shelters. Macaques in Southeast Asia have learned to steal food and even trade stolen items with humans for snacks. In Canada, grizzly bears have figured out how to open bear-proof trash bins by watching humans. In India, monkeys have learned to ride trains and time their movements with the schedules. These are not just survival tactics. They're signs of intelligence and resilience. They show us that wildlife isn't helpless in the face of change. They're evolving with us, sometimes faster than we realize. What can we do to help? With all the pressures wildlife faces, you might ask, what can we really do? The good news is that even small actions have ripple effects. You can start by supporting green urban planning in your community. Cities that include parks, green roofs, and tree corridors make a huge difference. Reduce your use of plastic. Avoid throwing waste in open areas. Support wildlife charities and sanctuaries. If you live near nature, build safe spaces like birdhouses, water bowls, or plant native trees that attract insects and pollinators. Even at the policy level, spreading awareness matters. Share videos like this, sign petitions, and vote for leaders who prioritize sustainable development and environmental protection. The more we talk about it, the more people care. A future shared with nature. The hidden battle of wildlife isn't just about survival. It's about adaptation, creativity, and resilience. While humans build cities, animals build strategies. While we cut down trees, they seek out new shelter. In every corner of the world, from crowded city streets to remote farmlands, animals are adjusting to a world they never asked for. The question is, will we meet them halfway? Because this battle doesn't have to end in extinction. With respect, compassion, and smarter choices, we can create a future where wildlife continues to inspire us, not from behind a zoo cage, but in the real world we all share. Let's not just admire their resilience. Let's make space for it.